All right, let's talk about artificial intelligence. And I'm not talking about the crazy sentient robots you see in sci-fi movies. Nope. I'm talking about the invisible intelligence that's already, right now, shaping your day, from the second you wake up to the shows you binge at night. It's time to pull back the curtain and see what's really going on.
I mean, just picture that for a second. That perfect, seamless start to your day. It feels like something straight out of a futuristic movie, doesn't it? You know, a world where technology just gets you. It anticipates what you need before you even know you need it. But here's the kicker. What if I told you that reality is a whole lot closer than you think?
Yeah, because here's the big twist. That future, it isn't decades away. In so many ways, the tech that powers that whole vision, it's already here, working all around us, right this very second.
And that brings us perfectly to our first big idea, what I like to call the invisible AI. This is all about the intelligence that's working behind the scenes, shaping our choices and our experiences, even when we have no idea it's happening. So let me ask you a question. Seriously, when was the last time you interacted with AI today? And I mean, really think about it. Maybe it was something obvious, like asking Siri or Alexa for the weather, or maybe it was way more subtle, like the route your map app picked for you this morning. I bet the answer is going to surprise you. Just think about how smoothly these things blend into our lives. That Netflix recommendation you got last night, that wasn't just a lucky guess. That's a powerful AI looking at what millions of people watch to figure out exactly what you'll love next. And that spam filter in your email, it's not static. It's constantly learning, getting smarter every day to catch new junk. See, this isn't just simple automation anymore. This is adaptation. And it is literally everywhere. Okay, so recommending songs and zapping spam emails, that's one thing. But what about creativity? Can a machine really be creative? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into next, with a fun little challenge for you, and of course for the machine itself. This is honestly one of the biggest, most debated questions in AI right now. Can a machine, something that runs on pure logic and data, actually create something with real artistic value, something with soul? Or is it all just a super sophisticated game of mimicry, just repeating patterns it's been shown before? So, here's your mission, should you choose to accept it. It's a little experiment you can totally try at home. Step 1, just come up with a simple story idea. Something like a detective who is afraid of the dark. Whatever. Feed that prompt to one of those AI writing tools. Step 2, write your own version of that same story. And then for the final step, just sit back and compare the two. What you'll probably find is this really fascinating contrast. The human story, it'll likely have this messy, unpredictable, emotional core to it. It just feels real. The AI, on the other hand, might be technically perfect, grammatically flawless, but it can also feel a little by the numbers, a bit predictable. But hey, those lines are blurring every single day, which leads to a very fun question. So why don't we put that to the test right now? Let's play a little game I'm calling AI or Human. The rules are simple. I'm going to show you 3 different quotes. Your job is to figure out which ones were written by a person and which were dreamed up by an AI. You ready? Let's do this. Okay, here's our first quote. The future belongs to those who code it. Okay, it's punchy, definitely forward-looking, totally sounds like something a tech founder would say at a conference, right? So what do you think? Human or AI? Go ahead, lock in your answer. All right, next up, listen to this one. Dreams are algorithms of the heart. Whoa. Okay, this one is way more poetic. It's mixing that emotional, human stuff with some very technical language. So is that a human poet getting clever with a metaphor, or is that an AI trying really hard to sound profound? What do you think? And here we go, our final quote. Love is the ultimate machine learning process. Wow. Okay, now this one feels very technical. It's almost like you can hear the AI trying to define this huge human emotion using the only terms it really understands. So what's your final call? Human or AI? Okay, pencils down. Have you made your guesses? Which ones do you think came from a silicon mind, and which ones came from a good old-fashioned human brain? The moment of truth is here. Let's see how you did. And here are the answers. That first one, the future belongs to those who code it, that was a human. But the other two, dreams are algorithms of the heart, and love is the ultimate machine learning process, yep, both were written by an AI. Isn't that crazy? It just shows how good these systems are getting, and not just writing, but at mimicking our creative and even our philosophical styles. Were you surprised? I bet some of you were.
All right, let's zoom out a bit for our final section. Because as much fun as these games are, the real impact of AI goes way, way beyond just creative writing challenges. It's already reshaping some of the most important parts of our world. I mean, think about it. In healthcare, we have AIs that can look at medical scans and spot tiny, early signs of disease that even a trained human eye might miss. We're talking about diagnoses that could literally save lives. In entertainment, it's not just about prettier graphics anymore. It's about video game characters that learn from you and adapt their behavior, making every playthrough totally unique. And yeah, it's even getting into our personal lives, with AI dating assistants helping people write that perfect opening message. And really, this gets to the absolute heart of it all. The conversation around AI so often gets stuck on this scary idea of replacement, of robots taking our jobs. But the real story, the much more interesting one, is about reshaping. It's a tool that can amplify our own abilities and completely change the way we live, work, and even dream. So, as we finish up here, I want to leave you with this one big thought. AI is a tool, a really, really powerful one that's evolving at an insane speed. But at the end of the day, the technology itself isn't good or bad. It's neutral. So the most important question isn't about what it can do. The real question is, how do we choose to use it? How are we going to guide it to build the kind of future we actually want to live in? Now that is the conversation that every single one of us needs to be a part of. Thanks for digging into all this with me today.